Okay, welcome back. On this segment, if you've paid attention to all the others, pay extreme attention to this segment, because now I'm going to discuss something that's about to hit us all worldwide. This was tried to be put in place in the 40s. If you Google world calendar in the 40s, just Google it. This was tried to be put in place early, years back before most of us was born. Now, if it gets put in place, there's like 3 different year intervals that they could put this in place in the future. 2012 would be an ideal time, because we can transition from the Gregorian calendar straight into the New World calendar. And you say, well, it looks like the same calendar, but it's not. It is actually a counterfeit at the utmost to the Father's calendar. Because if you notice, the days that are holy would be the first day, of course, on God's calendar is New Month Day. That's a day set aside, and then you have 4 Sabbaths in a row. Well, now, I don't want to get too much into the beast of Revelation 13 yet. I'm going to do that in another segment. But Pope John Paul, before he died, wrote a letter called Dies Domini, and you can Google that. And he said that Sunday was the first day and the 8th day. That is so important, because the first day of this calendar will be a Sunday and the 8th day will be a Sunday. That was a precursor to wanting this in place. What happens is that it's all, the weeks are the same, the halves of the years are the same. It will be simple for people to remember, just like you remember your money, you'll remember everything, you can remember your calendar and not have to carry it with you. What will happen though is at the end of the year, where it's not even, you have a world day. It's an intercalary day, just like the Bible has an intercalary month sometimes to pick things up. It'll just have an intercalary day. And after every 4 years, you'll have an intercalary day in the middle of the year for the leap year. But these days don't get counted. They're counted as a world holiday. So you have 2 days missing on a leap year, and then you have 1 day missing every year. So if you're a Sunday keeper and say that you thought that the weekly cycle always went forward 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, this is wake-up call time. Because you're going to know that what would have been Saturday last year, if you're a Saturday keeper, it's going to be a day backward. And then the same deal on Sunday. And then on the year that'll have 2 world days, you're going to be off by 2 days. And so what the monumental thing about this is if this gets put in place, then the Muslims will know how this operates. Us in the West will know how this operates. All people around the world will be ready to wander after the beast full-heartedly. Because when Sunday law is implemented on this, which is, I will go on later to explain to you that Roman Catholicism, the papacy, is the Antichrist. Vicarious Filii Dei is the Pope's title, which equals 666. You can Google that. Just Google images. It's interesting what's written on his mitre, Vicarious Filii Dei. Whenever they get Sunday law instituted, this will be the key to getting it worldwide. Right now there's too many variations of calendar. But when this is unanimously used, this will be the implement to get it done. And Revelation 13 says, right here it says that his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. Now you'll see that the papacy was wounded, and I'll explain to you these things later. I just want to stick with the calendar. But whenever it comes back full blast, and that man of sin comes forward, that's possessed with Satan, deeds to be done, you're going to see that when Sunday law is implemented, this will be the ticket to get the whole job done. And people will have to make a choice. Then they'll have to stand up, either like Peter done and say, I ought to serve God, not man. Or you will either give in for temporal security, and you will either keep Sunday because that you blatantly know that it's not the Sabbath and you're just giving in. Or for temporal prosperity, you'll work on the Lord's holy day, profaning it. And so, or you can do the right thing and keep the Sabbath and suffer now, but enjoy the riches of heaven forever with our Father and His Son one day that gave His lifeblood for us. And I want you to go to worldcalendar.org and look this thing over and lay it compared to a Gregorian calendar. You will see what I'm talking about, is that you're going to have a mess up. Even people that have always went off the Gregorian calendar, this ought to be a wake-up call. Because when you compare this to the Bible calendar, the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, 22nd, 29th day of every month, is consistently a Sabbath. It never changes. It doesn't default. And so you need to definitely check this out, because when I get on to the true calendar here in a minute, you're going to see how this is Satan's final emulation of the true thing. And I pray that the Father opens your eyes, that you can see the deception and make the right decision when the time comes of trouble. Because when it commences, you're going to have to make a decision. And I pray that you make the right one, because I don't want to see no man or woman lost and destroyed one day in hellfire. We'll pick up on the Creator's calendar in the next segment, and then we'll get to it.